Hey guys, today we're doing an Adobe Photoshop CS6 tutorial. This tutorial should work with previous versions of Photoshop such as CS5, CS4 and maybe even CS3. The only main difference you'll find is that the tabs across the top are slightly different. So first thing you need to do is go New, set the canvas width and height to what you want, but I recommend the resolution to remain at 300 pixels per inch, and name the file what you want as well. First thing we want to do is use the gradient, and I've already got that keyed in. So on the far left we need the color code 202B35, and in the center we need the color code 07090A. That will be on the right, but you just need to drag it into the center. I've got it at 47%, but just hit 50%. We can drag it to around 65%. Then drag from the middle out, and you should get this light to dark gradient. Then hit New Layer and create a text box and write smoke or a word of your choice. This is more of a typography tutorial, and hit enter. First thing you want to do is you want to go to filter, blur, motion blur, and it'll ask you to rasterize the layer. Just hit OK, and we want the angle at 90 and the distance around 30 to 40 pixels. So hit OK, and then we want to go to filter, distort, wave, and we need the wavelength at a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 300, and leave the other settings as defaults, and hit OK. You should get this blurry wavy image. You then want to change the layer blending mode to color dodge and put the fill down to 85%. You then want to create a new layer and fill that in with black. So go to the paint bucket tool, fill it in with black. Then you want to go to filter, render, clouds, and just hit Control F until you get the most black to white contrast. We'll stop in a minute. I'll go for those. Yeah, we'll go for that. And what you want to do is you again want to go for color dodge, but you want to reduce the opacity down to around 40%, let's say, or however you like it. And then you want to put the fill down to around 96%, and you'll get this kind of an effect. The next thing you want to do is you want to create another new layer, and you want to go to your paintbrush tool, make sure it's on white, and you want to get a smoke brush, and the link will be in the description. Please note these aren't my brushes, I've just got them from a website. If you have your own smoke brushes, you are more than welcome to use those. So start adding smoke, but make sure the brush goes off the page so it looks like it's flowing more. So we'll go for this, so it looks like the fumes are crossing each other. So go from there, so it actually looks like it's burning. Then we can use which will reduce the size. We can also use, if you've got a more longer one, to use across the bottom. Okay, this is good. We can use that there. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to go to the brush layer. You want to reduce the opacity down to 65. And you want to put the fill down ever so slightly, but then you want it on color dodge. Again, actually increase the opacity a bit more. Now what you want to do is you want to get the blur tool, and you want to kind of, if possible, blur it in to the type. This is where you need to use your own skills. And what we'll do is we'll put the smoke layer on top, and we'll put then we'll change the smoke to overlay, and we'll increase the opacity. So like, you can experiment with different styles. So you can go through, so overlay kind of blends in a bit too much. Soft light's a bit better, but so you can stick with soft light in this case. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to create a new layer. We want to go to filter. Before we do that, actually, we need to fill the layer in black. And then we want to go to filter gallery, texture, texturizer, scaling 100%, relief 4, light top, and texture canvas. Hit OK, and then you want to reduce the opacity down to whatever you see fit, and then again, if you want to change things when it comes to the smoke, you can do that as well, but it becomes a bit more grey, and the idea is to kind of give it a blue tint. So that's it for this tutorial. There'll be more on the way. If you would like to see specific tutorials, please comment. If you would like more tutorials, please rate and subscribe. Thank you very much.